Hello, Boxing World. Welcome to Boxing Block Center. Let's talk about Anthony Joshua, the unified heavyweight king of the whole universe. I have been watching some videos from different channels, different YouTube channels, and they all have things to say about AJ. Negative. They say Anthony Joshua is ducking Fury, Joshua is ducking Wilder, Joshua is ducking White, Joshua is ducking Miller because he doesn't want to fight America. It seems like anything Joshua does is seen as a very bad thing, because if Joshua fights Wilder, or if he say he want to fight Wilder, people will say, well, he's just lying, he doesn't want it. If he say he want to fight Fury, people will say, well, he's just talking, doesn't want it. If he says you want to fight White, people will say, oh, he wants to fight White because White is an easy opponent. And they all know that White has walked his way up after losing to Joshua. And if he says he want to fight Miller, they will say, oh, Miller is a nobody, he hasn't earned it, something like that. Yeah, I know. Jerry Miller, I have to give my thoughts on Miller. Miller has not fought anyone. I mean, he hasn't fought anyone. Let's just keep it real. Who has he fought? Miller should step up. I know that. Miller should fight Alexander Usyk. Miller should prove himself. I know Miller's a very good fighter, but he should prove himself. And if Joshua fights him next, in America, I can understand why. Because Miller has a lot of huge followers in Brooklyn. He's from America, from New York. So, he's well known, over there in New York. But that would be a letdown to the hardcore boxing fans. Why is he a letdown to the hardcore boxing fans? Because the hardcore boxing fans don't really think Miller is this huge star or that he deserves a fight with Anthony Joshua. Because Miller hasn't really stepped up, to be sincere. We are talking about Wilder not stepping up, Wilder fighting Luis Ortiz after having some plus fight. But Wilder at least fought Ortiz. Who has Miller fought? Gerald Washington? That's why, Miller, I like Miller. Miller's got a lot of mouth, he can talk all those big talk that he does, but still, he hasn't fought no one. And for the heavyweight division to move on, for the heavyweight division to improve, top guys has to be fighting top guys. Fighters should be competing with each other. But instead, Miller is not doing that. I mean, he's not trying to challenge himself. He's trying to talk his way into millions. Because he knows that Joshua brings millions whenever he fights. So, he's trying to talk his way up there and get a paycheck. So, whoever Joshua fights next, people are going to always criticize him. Especially if he's against White. They're already trying to diminish, Joshua's achievement. Frank Warren came out the other day saying that Fury is not the man, Fury is now the people's champ. Fury is not the man and not the people's champ. Fury is not known outside the US and the UK. So, Joshua remains the only man known in China. The only man known in Philippines. The only man known in India. I'm telling you right now because I know people who live there. Friends of mine who live in those regions. And they know Joshua. They've never heard of Fury. And they've never heard of water either. And we're talking about huge countries, guys. Huge countries. So, Joshua is the man. And will always be until someone take that title away from him. You know, if Fury beats Water, then he can get to fight Joshua in a phenomenal fight. So whoever wins that fight will become the man. If Fury beats Joshua, he might just become the man. But Fury don't have the, you know, the titles right now, so he's not the man. He's an S champion who is trying to reclaim his titles back. That's just who he is. But anything Joshua does, he's always being criticized by Water fanboys, by Fury fanboys, by haters, by people who are jealous of him. I mean, even if Joshua buy the whole world and help everyone in the whole world, those people that is helped are still gonna come around and say, well, I just hate some of it. It's just crazy. And people hate no matter what you do. And Joshua has been receiving lots of hatred from a lot of Water fans. But at the end of the day, Joshua, you can never deny that the guy wants to fight everyone. And he's ready to fight anyone. The hatred towards Joshua is absorbed. I don't know why it's like that, but I think it has to do with his gentility, you know, his humbleness, his personality, the way he talks, the way he handles himself, the way he presents himself, the way he's so charismatic, the way he approached people is different from the way others do. Water is a guy who has one hell of a loud mouth. Fury is a guy who is now becoming very inspirational. He's becoming a changed man, but still talk shit. You know, Jerry Miller, we all know that guy talk a lot of shit. Joseph Parker is a noble guy as well. He's a very humble guy, and he's well respected. But Joshua is seen as a hype job to Water fans and other guys who are jealous, even though an hype job cannot do what Joshua has done. An hype job cannot do what Joshua has done. How many fights has he had? 22 fights. And he's the only unified heavyweight champ of the whole universe. You've got to give him that. You've got to give him that respect. He deserves it. So all you guys who are just saying, Joshua, please stop it. I mean, support all these guys. Fury, Water, Miller, all those guys, support them. That does not mean you can't criticize them. You have to criticize them if you see that things ain't going right. You have the right to criticize anyone. I criticize Water. I criticize Fury. I criticize Miller. I criticize Ajaba. I criticize everyone. But I still have to respect all of them, because without those guys, we cannot really see the heavyweight division the way we see today. Without Water, Fury, Miller, Povetkin, Ortiz, Dave Harlan, Dillian White, Derek Chisora, Tony Yoka, Joe Joyce. Without all those guys, Carlos Takam, we cannot really say the heavyweight division is stacked, or the heavyweight division in society. We cannot say that. But because of the competition around, looking at guys like Michael Hunter coming up, you know, a guy who beat Martin Bakole, looking at guys like Ajit Kabayel, Guys like Efe Ajaba, the Nigerian mayor. Guys like Daniel Dubois. Those guys are coming up, and we've got to give them the respect they deserve. So we should stop hating and stop, trying to diminish their achievement or belittle it. Doesn't make sense. Joshua is the man, and will always be the man until someone beats him, either Fury or Water or anyone else. Until then, Joshua remain the only unified heavyweight king of the whole universe. Like the video, guys, share, give it a thumbs below, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Cheers.